guys had a magnificent Monday. Okay, here we go. Hi, Darren. I don't know
Hello,
if you can
Kelly.
hear me.
I can hear you good.
Okay, good. I think Connor and David is waiting to come in as well. Excuse my mess. I literally just walked in from work, and I'm trying to look like I don't, just. Okay, hang on, David. Just hang on, guys. Let's see. Everyone, just keep your pants on. Just keep your pants on. I've got TikTok and I've got Instagram on, and hold on, my TikTok family. 1 second. Let me see if I can get, David, will you request? Connor, will you request as well? I've got Darren on screen here. It's hot.
Is it hot?
It is so hot. Okay, requested. Let me see. How do we get this? Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys.
David and Connor, press the little video icon and it'll send a request.
Okay, let's see. I know we got a ton of people that are dying to meet everybody here, so just bear with us because this is our first, and you guys are part of our first. Hi, Scott. Thank you so much, guys. TikTok family, would you just keep cool for a second? We're trying to get everybody going here. All right, let's see. Kevin. He says, hi, Darren.
Hello,
hi,
Kevin.
Brianna. Okay, let's see. Where is David and Connor? 1 second, guys. Will you, let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's Connor. There we go. Go live. 1 second. We're learning, guys. We're learning together. You can always learn something new. Let's see if I can get
there's David.
Yeah. Connor.
Okay, hang on, guys. Let's see. Go live with Connor. We've got some. I guess it's with Connor. Hey guys. Okay, there should be 4 of us, right?
Not yet. I don't see Connor yet.
Okay, we'll give Connor. Hi, Uncle David.
All right.
Hi, Connor.
What up?
All right, guys.
What up?
All right, the party has officially started. Here we go. Friend 75. I just literally walked in.
Cheers.
Reposado.
Cheers. I wish I had something to cheers.
What?
I had a fancy background like you there, Connor, like your American flag background there. I had a fancy background all arranged and everything as well. I am stuck in a parking lot in my 65 Mustang because it won't start.
Oh, shit.
What?
It just stopped. And literally, I was on the way home for this, and it just died. I'm in a parking lot. Here I am. Yes.
By the way, 65 is the greatest year.
I know, right? Uncle David, what color is your Mustang?
It's green.
Oh, nice.
Hunter green.
If you guys can you guys read all these questions that are coming up?
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on.
Because there's a ton of them coming up.
I think
Team Rebecca.
my mom just joined.
Yeah. Well, no, Darren's reading. While Darren's reading it, I want to just acknowledge the 2 veterans on our screen, you guys. They've served our country. They're selfless men here. That would be Darren and Connor. And of course, we love Uncle David as well. So thank you guys for serving our country.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. All right. So it's 110 degrees. That's it in Scottsdale.
I'm about to start sweating through my shirt because I got no air conditioning or anything in this bad boy. So like it's
so tell us a little bit
now.
about your car, Uncle David, because I love Mustangs. I love the 60s.
Yeah, it's a
65
Mustang. There's not much more to say. It's a 289i or 289 CI cubic inch V8. It's usually really great and reliable, but not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
So are you waiting for AAA?
No. I'm gonna fix it. I just haven't had time yet.
How are you gonna get home?
I don't know. I'm gonna open the hood up and see what I can do.
Is it just not turning at all, David?
No, it's turning. It's you guys want to hear it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's just not It was turning, and oh no, it's not even turning now at all.
You guys want to
Yeah,
see
So-
what I'm doing here? Here, TikTokers. I have all my TikTokers here.
She got two
No, it was
phones.
turning, and now it's not turning. Man, yeah, I got nothing. It's dead, Darren.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now your battery's dead. So it was turning a little while ago. It probably
It was.
didn't have a. I mean, it could be just the battery, but could be your
Not-
alternator too.
Definitely not the battery. Definitely not the alternator. It's I just put a new alternator in it, and I just put a new battery in it.
Something
So
killed the battery.
yeah, right now the something.
I
It
mean-
might have been me trying to crank it here a second ago. Kept trying to crank it and it killed the battery. But man, it's just the oddest thing. It just started backfiring and then it just cut off completely. And
It was backfiring. Was
yes.
was it doing the whole skip thing when it was backfiring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuel pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Wow.
Are you in a safe place, Uncle David? I call him Uncle David, everyone. That's it. That's Connor's uncle.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm in a safe enough place, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. Houston's the most dangerous city in North America apparently right now. That's what
Oh,
they say.
really?
Anyway, I don't know. It's stupid.
Really?
Really?
It's not.
No.
I think it just got.
That's why I left.
Yeah,
Where
right.
are you, Connor?
Yeah.
No, I moved to Dallas in
Dallas.
December.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's where the snooty Texans are.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so Houston, and then I think Dallas is up north.
Yeah, we're
Correct.
about 5 hours. Depends on how you drive, but 4 hours north.
Yeah. So do you see
Where you
Uncle
drive
David
it-
often?
3.5.
If you drive a '65 Mustang, you're about 3.5.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't know.
I'm actually going to see him next week, or this week.
Fun.
I'm
Okay,
going down
good.
on Wednesday.
Good.
Yeah, I got some business down there, so we're gonna link up, get a workout in, probably
That's
grab some
great.
dinner.
Now I saw
Yeah.
one of your posts, Connor. You're getting prepared for is it the Texas swim show, or what was it that you're getting prepared
Yeah,
for?
Fashion Fitness Swim for Men's Health Month.
That's
So
awesome.
it's a bunch of fitness enthusiasts that come together and promote Men's Health Month. So it's awesome.
I love it. I wish you were here. You can catwalk with the rest of the models at the end of July.
Yeah, no, you should send me the info.
Yeah. We'll have all the dads out catwalking. Right?
All right, there we go.
Why not?
I'm shirtless, of
Why
course.
not?
Got
Okay,
to
so
bring a Canadian Speedo.
right. Maybe get flat. Yeah, well,
Thank you,
get one
Galen.
of our friends to do a Speedo catwalk. We have a friend that's really funny. Anyways, guys, I want to welcome all of our MILF fans that are tuning in because of you guys, the three hotties here. I know there are a few questions. If Connor, Uncle David, and Darren can read it, it would be great to answer
What up,
some of their
Chris?
questions, please. While I'm reading TikTok, if you guys can read this, because it keeps scrolling, so is this. Hey guys, TikTok family, thank you so much for your patience. I've got 2 lives going on here. I don't mean to ignore you. So let me read you guys while Uncle David, Connor, and Darren are reading those questions there. We're here to answer your questions, give you all the juicy details that we can. Of course, our goal is to wheel you in because this season has been a very unique season, right? Uncle David, Connor, and Darren, do you not agree?
Yeah, I think unique would describe it. I don't know how else to put that.
I know the women have been DMing me to ask you guys, all 3 of you, you walking in with the moms, and there's more men than there are moms. So what were your reaction when you saw there was only a few women there and there's a ton of men in the house?
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
see a
one
problem.
of the surprises, along with a lot of them. There was a lot of surprises involved the entire time. But right when we got there, dudes started leaving, so we were kind of like, okay, that might have been a trend. Yeah, it was a surprise for sure. Less women than guys was not what I had envisioned.
You usually like to have more women than guys to
Yes.
up your
Yes.
odds?
Yeah, I prefer that. Yeah, like a 4-to-1
Yes.
ratio.
Right. Right. So I do read my DMs, and I'm going to share them with the three of you, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions that are asked of me. So Darren is one of the first group of males that showed up, and you came in crutches. What were your reaction when you walked into seeing the children? I keep calling them children. I'm so sorry, boys. They're young kids.
The young men. Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
say children. We
Yeah.
already get enough.
Yeah.
I'm good with
Well, I mean,
children, Kelly. Good job. No.
Oh my gosh, I don't mean to be disrespectful ever.
I can act
so
like
I mean, it wasn't so much the walking in, because when we were outside down at the end of the drive to the manor, and that's the first time on the drive over we had all met. Well, that's when I met Ashley, and then we all met once we pulled up out by the manor to get all set up to walk into the house. So that's when we started figuring things out, because I'm talking to Ashley. It's like, yeah, you know, where I'm from, and yeah, my son's here in Canada doing a dating show for 20-something-year-olds. He's like,
yeah,
my
that's what we
son's here.
thought.
My son's here in Canada, and then we meet Anthony and Michael and Stacy, and they're like, wait, my son's here. So by the time we walked in, we were about 99% sure that our sons were going to be there. That's why we walked in with so much swagger, because we weren't too shocked.
Right, I can still hear their reactions, you know, like, oh my gosh, that's my dad, you know, and to witness the bond that, you know, the dad to the sons was beautiful, and for me it was a welcome surprise, because now I got to, you know, see someone about my age versus the youngins there, and they were very well behaved.
Now, obviously, and I have a question for Connor and David, and it's not one I really thought of to ask at the house, because I actually thought people would understand that we didn't know what we were getting into, but they don't. If you read, you know, the comments and stuff out there, people, oh, they must have known. But you guys did know you were going on the same show together, right? Because you pulled up together on jet skis.
Yes.
We did know we were going on the same show. We did not know what the show was, the premise of it. We just knew that it was a dating show.
Yes.
Now, did you guys know Connor was going to biff it getting off the jet ski before it happened?
No, all the practice rounds were good.
We practiced that like 10 times, dude.
Yeah.
We were ready.
My legs were so cold, I couldn't feel them, okay?
No, it looked practiced when you fell. But the best was when they did it on the episode, because that's another thing I don't think people realize. We don't know what's coming up on these episodes. We have an idea of what happens. But when, like, Jacob started clapping when you fell in.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. I mean, it was just such a great reaction. And then Anthony, what, we chopped liver? You know, shake our hands. It was great. But, yeah, I mean, there was some funny reactions, but yeah, so you guys had no idea what show you were coming on, even like right before you came on?
No, we were told Northern Love.
Yeah.
So Northern Love was the cover.
Yeah.
And we thought, honestly, I thought I was going to be like 24-year-olds, like a little bit younger. Had no idea. Like I figured it was like a mom and daughter show if they were bringing me and David.
Yeah, so at least you had that idea that there was probably going to be a mix of ages.
Yeah.
And because that's what we were all told. I believe, Kelly, you were told the same thing, Northern Love, and our sons were told they were going on a show called Cuffing Season.
Yes.
Which was, and they were told it was going to be, I think they were told it was going to be 25 to 35-year-olds. So
yes, yeah. So we had, I mean, there were two sets, but I don't know. I put two and two together, and I was like, "This is the same one."
Yeah, it's very funny too, because originally when we talked to the casting company, Sam and I, they pitched a different.
Awesome.
What's that?
What's up to somebody on the
one of my buddies joined in here. My
okay.
boss at the club.
Make sure we say hi to everybody.
Hi, Mom. That's my only friend on here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello, everyone.
My mom is on here, though.
I'm one of the old timers, so I'd have to put on my readers to actually read any of this shit.
I see it going really fast, you guys, but I can't read it.
You can stop it. You can even scroll
And my
it all the
cousin
way backwards.
Meredith is on here. My family's on here. What's up?
Oh my goodness. So behave.
Connor's cousin Meredith as well.
Hi, family. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Let's see. I'm just going through and scrolling.
My dog's trying to eat my toes right now.
See, someone said,
your dogs. You both have dogs, don't you?
Yeah, I got a dog.
Mine's right there.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hey,
mine's at
Kevin
home.
Rickley, what's going on, Kevin? Let's see.
Mine's at home. I got it to turn over. Darren, listen.
You
it
might
sounds like it wants to turn over so bad.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it just sounds like it's not getting any fuel.
Fuel, yeah. I just and I the gas gauge says it's got fuel in it, and it I did go to there's a gas station across the street. I went over there and grabbed some gas and put it in there, and it didn't help. So
let's see.
might be
Someone
the
said
fuel pump.
that clumsy Gemini said this is the first live I've seen where Connor is not driving, and now David's in the car. It's okay, clumsy. David's not actually driving; he's in a Ford. So
Damn.
Yeah. It's true though. That's the sad thing. I can't deny it. Like
It's literally found on the roadside dead.
It's found on the road dead. It's right now. That's where it's at.
For those that just joined in, we're talking about Uncle David's hot rod here that just decides to sit still, and we're hoping that it will start up in a little bit, or he
Look,
just
I'm
have
glowing.
to. Yeah. So I want to also share with the audience that are on tonight with us that, what were your thoughts when you pulled up off your jet skis and walking up, towards us on the beach? What were your thought process?
Well, I mean, we knew that it was, we saw, sorry for the background noise. It's hot in here. I'm trying to roll down the window to get a little bit of air. But
no worries.
once we knew that it was the production because of all the cameras, obviously, when we were pulling up. And it was, I mean, it was still it was surreal, right? I mean, like, it's the first time you're going on a TV show, so you're like, it's the first time that cameras immediately get shoved in your face. So there's a lot to take in already, rather than just who you were meeting. The initial thought process, obviously, again, with being just directly on, obviously we see older women that were on there that we didn't see a pool of different women. Stop, Kelly. Well, just old. I'm older. I'm an older guy, right? I'm part of it. And there was just,
You're a
we
baby.
saw,
You're still a baby, David.
Connor's the baby.
Well, yeah, he's the baby. Yeah, exactly. I'm the old one. So, but no, it was just we didn't see the diversity that we were looking for initially, but again, it was all a surprise. But just going in and just going with the flow and meeting people, it was really nice. And I'm gonna, you weren't on there, but immediately right when we got there, Kelly Mack, you were setting me up with your daughter immediately. Right when I sat down there, you were like, I have a daughter, she's amazing. And you were like, you immediately tried to set me up with her. So it was no. We kind of, I don't know, but we had fun with it, and I'm open to all ages of dating, and just seeing how it would work out, and again, we just I personally, I can't speak for Connor, but I was open for the experience and trying something and figuring out if there was some real feelings that could develop out of it, for sure.
So I had two questions from my fans that DM me today, knowing that you guys are going on. Was one, how long did they prepare you to, show up, surprise the rest of us? And number two, they asked to ask you guys, all three of you guys, Have you dated anybody that's way younger or anyone like as old as I'm the oldest one on the, well, yeah, I'm the oldest one on the show.
Yeah.
So 2 questions there.
Yeah, I think, well, to answer the first question from earlier, sorry, dog just went crazy. Arriving, number one, I was thinking of, I'm cold as shit. Number two, I was like, okay, I'm confused. And I was just like, I mean, let's roll with it and see where it goes. So I think that was that. But I date a lot younger normally. So my ex is 23, so she's 5 years younger. And I've dated a woman that was 4 years older before as well. But that was when I was much younger, and she was ready for like wife and marriage, and I just wasn't ready there. I was still partying in the club.
So that being said, are you ready now, Connor?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm ready for a wife.
Okay.
And then I want kids.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Okay.
good Lord, help us all.
Right?
and they're gonna be trouble. I want twin boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's be specific, why don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Golly.
Right. And now I want to ask Uncle David the same 2 questions, and I'll ask Darren as well because they did DM me.
What was the first one?
So how old was the youngest and how old was the oldest?
Okay.
And how long did it take for you guys to get to where you were? Did they prep you a couple days before you showed up, or you just like showed up within a day of casting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I dated a 17-year-old when I was 18.
Okay.
So no. No, I mean, younger is relative, right, to our age of how much younger they were than I was. But I guess I've had some extensive age gaps between, in my past.
What up, Troy?
Troy, in my past, there's been up to close to a 10-year span younger than me, and then older. I have dated some older women. Not a 10-year gap though. It's been nothing over. I dated an older woman when I was in college. She was in her early 30s, and I was mid 20s. So she was 7 or 8 years older than I. She was established. She was an architect and had her own. She was very well off and established, what have you. But yeah, so I guess those are the age ranges. I've been fairly back and forth with those. And then, man, I have like short-term memory, the memory. What was the last question?
Were you guys sequestered in the hotel? How long did they prep you to come on the show?
That one.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, we did that. But your question was, how long did they prep us for it? The prep was like 15 minutes.
Wow.
Like, no, it was
Wow.
quick. Like it was the day of, because we were sequestered in the hotel for like 2 or 3 days, and couldn't go anywhere, and I was always pushing the limits though. When they said you can't do this, like you can go outside and go in the parking lot and stretch, and I'd run around the city or whatever, and go get some just get some fresh air and just get out a little bit. But we were sequestered in that sense. But the day of was like, okay, this is how you guys are going in. You're going in on a jet ski. We got all that, like, everything was kind of like thrown out at us, and it was like hurry up, and then wait. And then it was the wait portion where we were out on the beach, where we did get to practice a couple of entrances onto the beach, because you're driving the jet ski directly into a beach, and hopefully not getting too shallow, because they were rented jet skis, so they didn't want us to beach them. Because I wanted to just drive straight onto the beach. I was like, I can drive straight on the beach, like no big deal, don't worry about it. And they're like, yeah, they're saying we can't do that. These are rented jet skis, like they don't want you to do that. But they did let me sink one. We were going back and forth, and I was able to like duck one down and sink one while we were playing around out there in the water with them. So we did have a lot of fun with them.
Right.
Oh,
All right. So before we get to Darren, I wanted to circle back with the additional hotties that was added as a surprise to us. And that being said, you guys coming into the cast that's already established and the women there, what were your reaction? You know, with that question that about the age, the youngest, the oldest. Then you looked around and you saw like a few women there. What was going through your mind? What was going through your minds, both of you? You're
Whichever
like,
one I was the most attracted to was going on a date with me that night.
yes.
That was what was going through my head.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there were women in their 40s and up to almost 60 years old. Like, what were you digesting? Like, oh my gosh, what did I get into? Or did you find anybody that was like, so what? She's, older than me.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, my first thought was, all right, this is not what I thought.
Good attitude. Good attitude. And who caught your attention, Connor?
When I got there?
Yeah. After you talking to everyone, you're like, okay, maybe this
On the spot, Connor, on the spot.
I mean, I thought all the women were attractive, but obviously I chose Kelly. So that was where my head was at.
I would agree.
I thought Barbie was very attractive, but our first conversation did not go very well, so I didn't go on after that.
So what was your first conversation with Barbie?
She asked me how old I thought she was, and I said a too high of a number, and she was pissed.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, I was busy. So
yeah, it was funny.
You
it was a good.
We're busy setting me up with your daughter. That's when we were hanging out.
Now I'm going to switch over to Uncle David. So share your reaction and your thought process, because the same question applied to you. Like, you guys were surprised to us. We're enjoying our time on the beach.
David?
No
response?
No, I'm not. I didn't get any of it. You were cutting up when you were saying it.
I had asked you, Uncle David, when you walked up, there were obviously women that you didn't think that were in the age group that you wanted to see. We're in our 40s up to almost 60 years old. What was your what were you digesting, when you're looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Was there anyone that, you were drawn to right away?
I wouldn't say drawn to. I mean, it was it was an option of they gave you a select a certain amount of women to have discussions and go on dates with, and it was like the process of elimination. Like who do you have the most comfortable conversations or open conversations with? So I picked from that
Selection.
that selection that was given to me, and that's what I went, and I just wanted to be open to the experience. There was definitely no immediate sparks or anything. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in love, kind of thing.
No.
So no, nothing like that. But it was similarly to Connor, I mean, everybody was super beautiful, and there's a lot of great personalities, i.e. you, Miss Kelly Mack. You was amazing personality when I first got to sit there and met you and got to talk to you on the beach. You could just tell there was some genuine nice people, and Lynette was super sweet too.
Oh, yeah.
She was just super sweet when I got to sit and have a conversation with her. And but the attraction level, similarly, we it showed it on the episode who we picked to go out with. So Christina was obviously the one that I started conversations with and prolonged conversations with. And you guys will see more, throughout, and see how far that goes, and if it continued afterwards. So you never know.
And then before Grandma forgets, real quick, Darren, before I forget, give Grandma a second. I needed to share this because my fans were dropping in a lot of messages because they saw the post, and I promised them that I would share this with Connor and Uncle David, and they said those are the hottest two men on the show. And Darren, that doesn't mean they're not. I just gotta
That's
tell
okay.
them.
That's okay. I gotta agree. No, I gotta agree. I have to agree.
I
I'm
deliver
a
your
fan of the
message.
Ginger Man.
Yeah,
I'm a fan
right.
of the Ginger Man.
Yeah. So lots of inquiring minds want to know about Connor and Uncle David. So I did my job, fans. I delivered your message to both of the
Thank
additions.
you to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
And then now we're gonna circle back to Darren.
Oh hell no. You know, I'm going to plead the fifth on that first question about. I mean, when I got divorced, let's see, how did Lynette put it? I had a hoe phase when I first got divorced. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and we're not going to talk about what age. I mean, I'll say this one comment. One time my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, thanks for bringing me a sister."
Nice.
But, you know, it's...
When was this?
Oh, my God. 2012?
Trouble.
long time ago. But, you know, and then when I was younger...
When his daughter was 15.
No.
Right?
Wow. Yeah, that's
No, she was
Okay.
She was 18, and she
Oh,
was
boy.
like, "Oh, you brought me home an older sister."
Wow.
Hey, look,
Oh.
she got in the bar. But not my proudest moments. But you know, when you're hurting, you go out and you do what you do. And then as far as prep for the show, I think we were sequestered 3 days, but my second day there, I was like, I'm going out for a walk. I had a torn groin already. I tore my groin before I came to the show, and I threw on some flip flops, and I was like, no, I'm not staying in the hotel. Kind of like what David said. I'm heading out. And I went too far, too long, came back, flip flop folded over, took a tumble down those stone stairs, and fractured my femur. So we were sequestered 3 days, but it only felt like one because the next day I was in the hospital, and the next day after that I was coming on the show.
Felt like it was COVID all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I think the women were in the hotel like next to each other without knowing that we were going to be on the same show. We were just told that we're in the same hotel, but I realized that some of the moms were actually down the hallway and we didn't even know each other. We did not know each other, and we were there for I would say at least 3 days before the dads, 4 days before the dads show up.
Well,
so it was like I thought.
Stacy and I ended up in the gym at the hotel at the same time, and I didn't even realize, even after we all met at the manor, it's like, wait a minute, first day there, you were in the gym, I was in the gym, we weren't neither of us were supposed to be, because we just left our rooms because we talked about that. But so yeah, we kind of met, but we didn't talk or anything. It's just like a couple guys working out. He's heaving heavy weights, and you know, I'm heaving little like 5-pound dumbbells. But so, but
we actually got some inside information when we were. You just made me think of it, Darren. That when we were at the hotel sequestered, you know, we had our valet, the lady that would take care of us and what have you, and when we go to the gym and stuff like that, she would wrangle us though. She'd be like, no, you got to come back. You got to come back. You got to go in your room. Because they were, and so we knew before everybody else, and I don't even know why we didn't or tell you guys, or I don't even know if we might have told you guys, or you know, again, that quick time was a pretty big blur. All of it kind of runs together, but they told us, no, there's some more ladies that are coming on the show. You need to get in your rooms because we don't want you to run into them. So we did know that there was some more ladies coming. I don't know if we told you guys that. Did I tell you that there?
Did you
No,
tell
you
you
did
supposed
not.
to.
See what you get, MILF Manor fans. You get a
did
little
not,
more
David.
information when you tune in. So be sure you
So
tune
disappointed in both of you.
I know. I can't believe we didn't tell you. We knew that too, and it might have even just slipped my mind. Like we were just so into the process, and you getting used to cameras being in your face, so it was it just wasn't on my mind. And then but we knew. Connor and I knew. We knew more women were coming.
I have a question for all. I have a question for the three of you. How long did it take you, days, hours, minutes, seconds, to get used to cameras, three sides of your face constantly? Kelly?
That's a really good question.
5 sides of your face.
Yeah.
5 cameras.
Sometimes. It depends how much I was yelling at people.
Yeah.
But, so Kelly, you first. How long did it take you to get now? But granted, Kelly, you've been on TV before, so it probably wasn't a big deal for you.
You know, that actually is a very good question, because the fans did write to me and said, they asked me, was I offended with all the cameras in front of me? I'm like, you know what? Initially, it's really like you're in my space, but then you realize that, hey, this is a TV show. And I've done other shows before where that was new to me, and I felt like a little bit crowded. But with this here, I wasn't that surprised. However, I was surprised when they were in the bathroom with us. I'm like, why are you in the bathroom with us? When Lynette and I were combing our hair in the morning and brushing our teeth, they didn't show those scenes. But that was a little bit strange, when they're in your bathroom with you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Connor, what about you?
I'm kind of used to it. I do commercials and video work all the time.
Well, you do modeling too.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I should have. You weren't there yet, but I wish I could have come and talked to you, because the hardest part for me was the still photo shoot. I didn't mind the cameras at all, but doing the still photo shoot, I'm like a nervous wreck. So you're used to it, David. I mean, I know you were on Magic Mike, played by Matthew McConaughey, but
yeah. No, I was pretty surprised on how quickly I did acclimate to that. It was it was really crazy on the beach, and then we went to that first date immediately after the beach. So they took us to grab food, and then we went to a hotel to change, and just the whole process, though, everything that it takes to get everything ready. I think after we went on that first date, I was good. But the first date, even at the date, because we went from the beach, cameras and everything being in your face, it was super weird. And then we got a little bit of a time in between on our own in a van going to the hotel. And then we went on the date, and then the cameras were in your face again. And it was kind of awkward while on a date and having the cameras. But then after that, it was fine. And I didn't. The bathrooms weren't so bad. It was more for me. It was the sleeping. You had a camera in your face while you're sleeping. Like like a little red dot on it. They're like watching you sleep. I'm like, this is weird.
I did not. I got to admit, I wasn't.
You got lucky.
We talked about this before, David. You wouldn't wish a broken leg on anybody, but they couldn't have microphones or cameras in my room because Canada takes HIPAA very seriously. And because the medic and the doctor was coming in every now and then to check on me, it's like, no cameras, no microphones.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I could go in there and, it became kind of the unofficial meeting room for when people wanted to chat off camera, off mic, because you had to turn off your mic or unplug it when you came in the room. And so it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the other question for the men. I do get a lot of messages. So you two, Connor and Uncle David, your scene was so. My fans, the ones that are like following me, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Kelly, that was like so in your face." What they meant, Uncle David and Connor, is that when you said that you brought a game, was it you that brought the game? Where did the game come from? And who came up with those?
Or did the studio provide it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Well, did the studio provide us with anything while we were there?
The game you played on your first date.
studio provide? I'm asking you a question. Did the studio provide us with props and things like that we used or had while we were filming the entire show?
Of course they did.
Okay, so well, I'll let you infer. I don't carry dice around in my pocket, Daniel.
Okay. So that being said,
Yeah, if I want to play games, I want to play games somewhere other than the table.
And I'm a little bit more direct.
Let me ask you this, because they did say, ask Uncle David and Connor, because you guys went on your date. And when Darren, I'm sure I'm going to speak for Darren too, we weren't on your date. So we're watching this and like, Christina, she's hilarious. What was your reaction, Uncle David, when she goes, oh, let me just get this situated here, and what was your reaction? And then Connor having which one was you guys? Your date was just so in your face. It's basically what the fan said. It was like, wow.
Yeah. It was a quick acclamation.
Welcome to MILF Manor.
That's the best way to put it.
Right? Was that fun for a second for the two of you, or do you think that was just like, wow, this is very uncomfortable?
Well, and I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't watched the last episode, but I'm finding it hard to believe it'd be uncomfortable. These two did go in the steam room with someone, so.
No, yeah. I mean, it was, again, I can only speak for myself, can't speak for Connor, but again, you know, it's hard to associate what you would normally do on a regular date versus what you're doing on a date in front of the camera. And the whole idea of it is to escalate it, or to, you know, progress it a little bit faster than it normally would progress, because they only have so much time when you're on these dates. So they're kind of like they're pressuring you a little bit to progress it a little bit faster than it normally would progress. But I mean, it being in your face, and again, yeah, that was the first day, so it was like it was very like, whoa, well, we're gonna see how well it was really in your face. And then I mean, that's the whole reason I guess I got comfortable with it. I mean, how worse or how much more personal could they get? You know, and I'm a fairly conservative guy as well when it comes to a lot of that stuff, especially on first dates and first kisses and all that kind of stuff. So it was definitely outside of my comfort zone, but it was something that I was just trying to do my best to adapt to, and give them what they wanted, you know, and help them out, help them produce a good television show, and be me as much as I possibly could. So
You did a good job, because I thought you were a man-ho.
How about Connor?
Thanks, man. No, I'm not.
Connor, were you refresh what you did? Because I still remember Uncle David with Christina going through here, and then Connor, what did you need to do to Christine? No,
blow
to Kelly.
Thigh to Kelly. He had to blow thigh.
Yeah, I had to blow her thigh.
Oh, okay. How did you feel about that?
I mean, hey, I'm here to entertain. I'm here to show y'all a good show. So.
There you go, America.
You
just got it from Uncle David and Connor.
Yeah, I'm not
good
that
sports,
conservative.
right? Now we're gonna go up to Darren.
Nope.
Darren and I get a lot of messages. Oh my gosh, da. So I'm gonna ask you, Darren, you being one of the dads that show up, and you on crutches, and what was your feelings and to it? I mean, not just to me. I mean, just there was other beautiful moms there. You know, what were your thought process?
Well, I mean, so we were still processing. It wasn't shock, like I said before. Still processing the fact that the sons were there. I think the big shock is that it wasn't a mixed group. So it's like, wait a minute. So my son, I'm competing with my son for dating women my age group. And so that, I mean, at first, probably for the first 5 minutes, I probably didn't notice anything about the women other than that they were more age appropriate for me. And it's like, what the hell is my son doing here? I mean, I knew he was going to be there. We figured it out. But it's like, okay, where's the daughters, the younger women, whatever, for the young men? You know, and I think the young men did a great job of coming in and being like, yeah, gonna date older women and stuff. But I think they also did a great job of realizing when we got there, for the most part, game over. Um, because as soon as we did notice the women, and you know, a group of beautiful women, age appropriate for us dads, and sorry, Connor, no offense, but you know, you might have the young physical, but you don't know shit. And
I am complete.
it's just the truth.
Hey,
You know, and
we'll wait till the finale and we'll see who can
Right?
win.
yeah, no, and I'm not saying, look, there was definitely some women there that were very interested in it, but in any competition where it came to, you know, a battle of the wits, you know, and who knows women, stuff like that, it wasn't even a contest.
Oh
So
shit! I mean, they're
I
so fucking complicated.
and they get no less complicated with age. And you know, as we get older, we just figure out, and it's you know, I don't know, experience gives you an edge. So I kind of
100%.
felt
Get
bad,
old.
Kelly. To answer your question, I felt bad for the younger men when we showed up and realized what the party was there with.
Well, before we go on to, hang on, fans. I see a lot of questions here. Just let me finish
Let me
with
see.
Darren real quick. And then
Uh-oh.
we're going to answer your questions. Darren,
Yeah.
so you being one of the dads, when did you find out which woman or women that you were drawn to or caught your attention? Me, being a caregiver, I like to care for people, be kind. It's one of my natural traits. I saw someone on crutches and I wanted to just make your life a little easier. So I didn't want you to have to just like walk all over the place, you know? So I wanted to keep it simple for you. But that was my intention. But for you, who were you drawn to when the dust settled a little bit?
Well, obviously, you know, you walked right up to me and we engaged right away. So, you know, and you're very beautiful, and you
But
could
there's
tell you
other
have a very
beautiful
kind
moms there,
heart.
Darren.
But you were the one that came up and walked up to me and engaged.
Uh-huh.
And I was feeling, look, I'm feeling a little out of place, a little insecure. I'm there with a bunch of athletic young men my age, and I'm on crutches. Um, and then, of course, when we, you know, obviously crushed the young men in the striptease, I mean, it wasn't even a contest. Uh,
Yeah.
and we went out on the date that night with you guys. It wouldn't have helped if you were there, Connor, seriously.
Right?
Uh,
I might have been able
Our
to
Uncle
carry.
David.
I could probably carry.
David would have counterbalanced whatever you brought to it, and the dads and uncles still would have won. But
Y'all did sweep
then
them.
we went out, and Crystal and I really connected. We had some, I don't know, we had a great conversation. We're sitting there chatting, and then kind of like you when I first got there approached me. I was still feeling a little out of place. Everybody's out dancing, and I'm just kind of on crutches. And Barbie came and very kindly asked me to go out and dance for her. And she was very sweet about it. She's like, look, I get it. You got a broken leg. You just stand there or crutch there, and I'll just dance around you. And so, yeah, there was, you know, that attraction to both of them. I haven't been shy about saying it when they got in that tiff over it. Um, I mean, I've teased a little bit about my past where I'm drawn to red flag women and stuff like that, but I really had made a very conscious decision, you know, almost a year prior, that I was no longer going to be that moth to the flame. So when that happened, I was like, look, they're both beautiful women, but I don't want to get drawn into that where I'm going to get burned again. So that really only left one woman who I was attracted to, and that was Kelly.
Well,
Kelly Mack.
I definitely don't want to be like the backup. I mean, like,
it wasn't a backup. It wasn't. That's what I said. You were the first one that I kind of connected with. But, you know, I mean, let's just be real. We were there the first day and a lot happened, including that night at the bar. And so you asked, who was I initially attracted to? There was three of you that I said three possibilities.
Okay, so let me just kind of clear the air a little bit there. My audience that is tuning in they asked about you and I.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. So when we went to the club, my fans, I am not an aggressive woman. I am, I see and I map and I proceed very smoothly. So that being said, you know, the girls talked, meaning all the women talked, and Crystal and Barbie were very clear who they were interested in. Mama Kelly just sat back and listened, and they would ask me, they said, Kelly, is there anybody here that you're interested in? I'm like, I didn't say anything. And so I just listened, and I am not someone that would get in someone's face. I just left it as is when we're at the bar. Kelly Mack fans, did you hear that? I just left it there. And I was very attentive to Darren. And when we got to the bar, I was already told by Barbie and Crystal that they're interested in you. And so I just took a step back, and then I just let everything fall into its place naturally. Because I don't want to get into a fight with anyone. I don't think that's my style.
Little fisticuffs?
Yeah, that's against my core value.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's my answer. And look, like you said, and like both of these gentlemen have said, these very young gentlemen on here, every one of you women, very beautiful. But you know, I'm at a point where, look, I'm as vain and shallow as the next person. Obviously, physical attraction is important,
right?
But if that was the only thing, I mean, it'd been like, you know, oh my God, I'm physically attracted to pretty much everybody. But you know, it's also kind of that energy. I hate to use that term because it seems overused this season by some of the people. Oh, great energy. But you know, there was that very first day, there was three of you that I kind of meshed with and connected with. But, you know, at the end of the day, and as time progressed, and everybody knows that's seen it up to this point, you and I progressed very slowly. You know, obviously, I think both of us have some fragility to our emotions. And David can probably speak better than anyone because, you know, he counseled me as a, you know, David is a really good man. I can't say that enough. Let me publicly say it. David is an amazing man who will counsel, console, give the shirt off his back if you need it. And so, you know, as I was going through some of my, you know, rough patches there, and it just kept coming back to you, your positive energy, your focus on give kindness. It's free to give it away.
Here.
And yeah, so.
Well, thank you for saying that, Darren.
Oh, God, you know, thank you for being there. I mean, I think you and I had a couple of great conversations that helped me a lot. And, you know, so it was a joy as much as I kind of razzed you to when you first got there. You know, it was my job as kind of the dad of the house to, you know, protect my family. But right away, and right away, Sam, my son, and I, we were like, these guys are pretty cool.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Yeah, before we forget about the fans, you guys, as we were talking, it was scrolling. They wanted to know all of your reactions when the moms got to touch everyone's behind. What were your reactions? That was one of the questions that came up on our screen.
I'm just so happy I wasn't in that.
I don't know. I felt
David
like
and
Anthony,
Connor?
but I don't know. I felt like Anthony's expression was pretty priceless.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sweater
the
over the
hood
head.
over the head the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of like the energy of the whole that and just laughing our ass. I think I haven't laughed that hard in a long
And I
time.
mean,
Now,
It's funny.
did you guys feel when the women were, you know,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
they're grabbing our ass.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely felt it. I definitely felt Rebecca bite my butt too. Yeah. That was, and I mean, I wasn't, that one wasn't as, I mean, figure out the right word here because
Not
it's
near
not,
yet.
I mean, it was, not demoralizing. I mean, they're very edgy challenges of of what we're performing here. And again, it's something that they're escalating things quicker than what they normally would in a everyday scenario. So they're kind of getting a rise out of not only us but the viewers and things like that. I was more caught up about the watermelon challenge more than I was about the butt in the hole challenge. Like, butt in the hole challenge wasn't that bad. You just had to stick your butt in a hole, right?
Yeah.
And women felt it. And you still had underwear on. It wasn't that big of a deal. And in hindsight, seeing it, that it's obvious they did it in a and another word I'm lacking here is classy. I mean, they did it in a presentable way, though. It was a lot. It was more. It wasn't as bad as it could have seemed, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't made out as bad as it could have been. But the whole scenario, and even with the watermelon challenge, and then this one, it also made you humble yourself too. You had to kind of sit back and laugh at yourself a little bit too, and not take yourself so seriously, because and that's what Anthony was doing at that time when he had his head over, his sweater over. He was taking himself seriously. He wasn't able to laugh about it, and and everybody's regard was to do that. We're men that have that have lived our lives by morals and things that we that we deem as gentlemanlike, and it was definitely a is there somebody waving behind? Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
I thought you were waving, but there's people walking
someone's
behind me
talking
too.
about the
Everybody's
buttholes.
like, what are you doing in your car? And everybody's like stopping and asking me if I can take pictures of my car. I'm like, yeah, take pictures. It's fine. Yeah, so you had to laugh at yourself a little bit too, and just go along with it and not take yourself so seriously. And if people take it the wrong way, like it's demoralizing, then that's on them. It's not. It wasn't
Yeah.
demoralizing. It was really, by that time we all were friends, and it was fun. We had a good time.
I'm going to ask a question though, Kelly, because you went out there and you were very kind of humble and meek
I
and
don't even think she
kind of
touched somebody's butt. She just went right across it. She was like,
yeah,
oh,
but
yeah,
and you were saying, "Oh, I
the
don't know about
energy,
this."
that energy is.
And you were being that way, but now that I have seen, because I wasn't there, I have seen the first episode with the maple syrup challenge. You didn't seem quite as conservative about touching a body at the maple syrup challenge as you did about the butt challenge.
Thank you for asking me. So I was thinking, okay, all these are youngins, and they're going to challenge us to win a date. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not going on a date with any of these boys, so I'm going to take my time. So that was my whole plan, was like, I'm just going to take it slow. And thank goodness you're not, out of shape. So I'm just going to enjoy this. And they're like, Kelly back, you're like the last one. I know. I had a plan.
She was
I didn't want
enjoying
to go.
that.
Yeah, you were enjoying it. It might not have been about winning a date, but there was definitely some joyful experience in that for you.
No,
Hey, guys,
Connor and Uncle David you as well would appreciate what I'm about to say, and that is, we're all into fitness. We're we take care of ourselves. So, in
100%.
all honesty, yes, that was not as gross because I was not massaging someone that had a lot of FATS. Okay, I don't like that. So.
Well, hey guys, I'm heading out. I need to take the dog out. So y'all have a good night. It was a blessing having us on here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Connor. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Uncle David. Please let us know that you got home safe.
I will. shoot you guys a text in the group
Yes.
message and let you guys know that I'm back. I'm in. Hey, it might be late because I just tried it again and it's not. I put
Okay.
some coolant in it, man. I don't know. We got to figure this thing out. So we'll. I got some time in front of me now. It's getting dark, so I got to get after it.
Everyone,
Yeah.
please say bye
Later,
to
guys.
Uncle David and Connor, and then Darren and I will wrap this up.
Bye,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Darren, let's just finish this up real quick, and then we get to tease them for the next, what do we call it, MILFing Monday with Darren and Kelly. So, fans, we're obviously stood out because Darren and I are a little more conservative and slow moving people, and we're not complaining about it. I guess America is labeling us as your sweetheart couple, and we're very grateful for that. And we're so thrilled that when I announced that we're going to have, the show every Monday, I had a lot of DMs asking, and I already thought about Uncle David and Connor because they were the last ones that came in. America really, really are drawn to them. So I'm very grateful that Uncle David and Connor joined us. But there's so many more cast members, right, Darren, that deserve the attention, like the beautiful moms, that are on this season. We're gonna have them, and then the rest of the dads, and then the youngkins. So I want you guys to stay tuned because there's so much more to talk to and talk about.
You want to know what's crazy, Kelly? There's only 4 episodes left.
I know. So that means we get to talk to you guys much more, right? More open because it's behind us.
Yep.
And now what's left, we can invite them back to watch us for the rest of the season. And then we're happy to answer any questions. Because right now, the golden question, Darren, is that are we real or are we, well, you just have to tune in.
You got to tune in. I mean, look, I could answer one question. Everything we've done to this point is very real. And if you want to know any more or how it turns out, and I've read a lot of the DMs, and you have a whole lot of support, Kelly, because they're like, oh my God, I hope Darren doesn't break her heart. And I finally got a little bit of support where there was a couple of people saying, what if she breaks his heart? And so, but, just stay tuned. But I mean, we can give you a little bit of insight just by the fact that we're sitting here talking. Obviously, we are not hating each other, and you'll have to see if we're doing anything more.
For sure.
Only four more episodes to figure it out.
Oh, look at you're getting the suggesting comments about don't break my heart.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Let me look at some of the newest ones. I haven't scrolled through them because I have
went
to put on
so fast. The whole hour, it just kept going so fast.
Darren, don't break her heart, please. Well, if I'll just say this. If I broke her heart, would we be sitting here enjoying each other's company right now? And let's see. I got the studio lighting. Yeah, I did get a little bit of studio lighting. It was a gift. Thank you. Let's see. My goats. That's awesome. We are the greatest of all time, I think, I'm hoping that's what they mean. So, and then I didn't check. Did you look? I guess no one did the official question thing. So I don't know if you know, Kelly, there's actually a little question mark down there, and people can click on it and say, ask something.
Okay.
And say, ask me.
What about, somebody said chicken katori about bikini rack. Yes, those are my bikinis, everybody. That will be
Kelly Mac bikini.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, let's give a quick little blurb about what's been going on with all the model trials and everything else. Come on, give yourself a plug.
Aw, thank you so much, Darren. It's on my bucket list, everyone. I've always been a business-oriented kind of person. Came from both sides of the family that were just business owners. And, it's on my bucket list. I've been wanting to create my own design. And I thought, it's about time that I should, create my own Kelly Mac method bikinis. And I thought, well, when am I going to, introduce America to my line, and I thought, wait a minute, I was just on a TV show that I was on. I was in a lot of bikinis, and unfortunately at that time I didn't have my own. However, I do represent my craft, and that is to stay fit. And so I'm like, you know what? It's not too late. I got back, and I was able to finish my bikini line. And now I am going to be able to launch it this July. And so I'm really excited. And Darren was asking about my model call casting. So I was invited to Phoenix Swimwear swim show with Tracy and Chantel here locally. And it's going to be a very, very big show, everybody. So please stay tuned. And lots of BTS behind the scene clips of the photo shoots, the casting calls I've shared with you guys, and now we're going, down to maybe 3-4 weeks before the show, just like Connor is going to do his in Texas. So it's for real. Someone pinch me. These are mine. These are mine, and this is not all of them, guys.
No, she's got racks of them. Racks of them. Oh, and I did get asked a couple of times, how's the leg? It is all good. I'm running again, working out, legs and everything. It's not 100%. Doc says it's 75%.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So,
Darren is able to walk, and I'm so happy that he can walk, and he said he can even jog a little bit, right?
yeah. And I've been cycling, and I, with some friends there in Phoenix, signed up to do a triathlon early next year.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We're happy to hear that.
So,
We're happy. So where are your crutches?
they are in the garage, hanging up, and I have actually promised them to a YouTube show that I interviewed on, and so did you, the reality guys. They are building a reality TV show Hall of Fame. They wanted one of the baseball caps that the Youngkins wore for the strip tease. And I said, well, we didn't get to keep any of those uniforms, but I'd offer my crutches. And they were like, done.
We'll take it. That's so neat, and that's so sweet of you to give that to them. They're the sweetest people. So if you're not following the reality guys, do, because they're very, very nice guys. Very
Yeah,
nice
they're great.
guys.
I love watching their recaps. I mean, and there's several. We could sit here and start going through a list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll throw out there for Pixel Circus, and then one of my favorite is Doode, Doode. I just love it, even with some of the negativity from some of the YouTubers where they're making fun. I think David was just talking about it. Look, we're on kind of a silly show. Doesn't mean we're not real people. We don't have real feelings, but we are on a silly show, so we can have fun with it. And yes, I've got in trouble a little bit for defending my sweetheart here, Kelly, when people kind of made some comments, and I learned my lesson. Both Kelly reminded me, hey, just be kind, just be kind. I try, but I am a protector by nature, and
That is.
so it's I would encourage everybody to spread that kindness that Kelly talks about. All you people that follow Kelly and have for a long time, how that's what she's always about, is spreading kindness. And it's a beautiful thought. And I think as we've gone through these first 8 episodes, I can really talk about how that's impactful, is just to keep that in mind, to spread kindness. So once again, thank you, Kelly Mack, for giving me that lesson.
Aw, kindness is free, and I try to just sprinkle it everywhere I go every day. And it's definitely courage in a crazy world. And you're being asked if you're for real. I am real, and it just makes me happy that I can share that. And I'm glad that my fans and everyone on MILF Manor received it while we're filming it. That like they really felt the love and the care, and that's a good reputation to have. And so, yeah, that is my mission. Quickly, I've got a couple of women that wants to know how much these are. They are under $100, guys. And during this promotion, they're only $79 for the entire set. And we know that the top itself is $79 and the $79 for the bottom. But during the promotion, it's $79 for the set. After that, it's $99 a set.
Now, Kelly, I'm a size 6. Do you have something that would look good on me?
Yeah, I probably will be working on men's swimwear next year, by the way. So there's a plug. There will be
There
men's
we go.
swimwear.
All right, sign me up to model that
Yeah,
stuff.
right? I'm going to bring all the dads, Darren, everyone back. And so before we wrap this up, I want to just give a shout out to Uncle David, and Connor, who joined us on our first show. Thank you so much, even though his car was stuck. And of course, Darren.
And Kelly.
And all my fans and all our fans that are rooting for us, Darren, we want to say thank you so much for seeing our genuineness and our old-fashioned approach, and that we did stick to who we are. It was a silly show, very good word. However, most of us were in it looking for our person, and Darren and I were very lucky that we did have that connection, that chemistry, and that we have that same approach to dating. And in that way, Darren, thank you so much for being so kind and so supportive and not pressuring me to do anything silly. So yeah. So we're real. This is how we are. And we're so excited that we can do this every Monday, MILFing Monday with Darren and Kelly. So we're going to be inviting other MILF Manor cast members with us every Monday.
And
4 more,
tonight,
guys.
Tonight I did Reposado. Starting now, I'm going to do MILF Manor Manhattans every Monday.
I don't know what that is, but he has said that many times, guys. I don't know what that is. I like my little adult lemonades, with the champagne and a little bit of champagne, gin.
Guys, I tried one of those.
Yeah.
It's not tequila, it's not bourbon, it's not scotch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly, for setting this up. I'm so happy we're going to do this every week. This is fun. We will get better at answering your questions, but I think we'll kind of focus on making sure they go into the question section, so we're not scrolling through just the comments. And I think what we should do is, and you guys can respond, especially all you, because a lot of you are connected with Kelly Mack, is, any suggestions.
Yes.
And maybe what we'll do is we'll focus 45 minutes on chatting with other castmates and stuff, and then we'll do 15 minutes of
Q&A?
trying to go through all the questions.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I like that. So everyone here, please make sure you follow each other, because we're a family, and that we just grow faster when we, support one another. And kindness is free. Promise, just sprinkle it. Until next time, everyone, please have a good evening and follow Darren and I. You do not want to miss the next Monday, MILFing Monday with Darren and I. You never know who we're going to bring as our special guest. Thank you so much, from our heart to yours. Mwah.
Good night.